It is 5:03 p.m. on Tuesday, April 28th. And please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we are going to please call roll.
Councilmember Carter?
Here.
Councilmember Clarici?
Here.
Mayor Gottberg?
Here.
Vice Mayor No?
Here.
Councilmember Yarbrough?
Here.
All right, ceremonial matters. We have no ceremonial matters tonight. Item number 4, closed session report, City Attorney Ibrahimi. I believe she should be on the phone.
Thank you, Mayor Gottberg. The council did meet in closed session on 2 items. There was no reportable action on the first item. On the second item, the council provided direction to staff, and then the council will be adjourning back into closed session after open session today.
Great. We're going to move on to item number 5, adoption of the agenda.
I'll move to adopt the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. We're going to move on to item number 6, announcements, presentations to the public. 6.1, brief comments by the City Council. Councilman Yarborough.
Yeah, actually, quick little one. I did get to go to the fair luncheon this afternoon. It was very nice. They gave us all the updates. They're doing some really cool stuff with improvements there at the fairgrounds. And this year's fair looks amazing because they're also incorporating the 250th. So hope everybody
What's the
goes.
theme? What is the theme of our fair?
Good old American.
Yeah, it's like good old American fun or something like that. Yeah.
Very nice.
So anyway, but yeah, everybody, please attend the fair. It will be fantastic this year.
Fair's always good. All right.
Councilman Carter.
Yeah, I also went to the fair luncheon. It was great to see all the work they're doing in the fairgrounds. They've done quite a bit to improve the fairgrounds. It looks great. So yeah, looking forward to the fair this year.
Great. Vice Mayor No.
I have none.
Councilmember.
I have none.
I attended the City Leaders Summit down at the League of California Cities, and I also met with Assemblymember Joe Patterson's office while I was down there. So, and then we met with a Girl Scout troop, a Daisy Girl Scout troop, and showed them City Town Hall right before the start of this meeting. It's great to have them here. So we will move on now to item number 6.2, presentation of Studebaker Wheelbarrow for Monument Garden. Mr. Nishihara.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. Tonight we have a few guests with us, but I want to go ahead and just turn it over to Miss Kathy Lishman and invite her up to share a little bit about this project that's been a few years in the working. As much I would love to take credit for this, I have only the back end to kind of learn from. So with that, Ms. Lishman, would you care to share? Thank you.
This is very exciting to be here tonight. I want to give you a little history of the garden and all the steps it took to get to this point. In 2002, Community Pride had a vision to put the monuments in the garden and establish a garden in downtown Placerville to honor the 21 local Vietnam servicemen who sacrificed their lives for our country. Then it took until 2016 for the next step. First, we had the vision after Caltrans had removed a garden we had for the Highway 50 project. Then it took 14 years to install the bell on the side. And the bell that's there is the original bell tower bell that cracked, and so they had another one made. And then a year later, in 2017, the Vietnam Memorial Monument was unveiled. And then in 2021, Carrie Fryer, who's here tonight, and First Impressions Landscaping designed, built, and maintained the garden. Carrie had a vision to place a replica of a Studebaker wheelbarrow on the site as a tribute to John Studebaker, a significant figure in Placerville's history. John Studebaker hailed from Ohio, where his family crafted wagons. He embarked on a journey to seek his fortune in California, where he discovered wealth not from gold, but by building wheelbarrows for gold miners. The endeavor earned him the nickname Wheelbarrow Johnny. Notably, his shop was conveniently located right next door to this building. There's a big rock there with a plaque to him, and that's where his shop was, at 543 Main Street. Tonight, the project reaches its completion through a generous gift from the El Dorado High School Advanced Wood Technology class under the guidance of teacher Lance Gunnarsson. Mr. Gunnarsson and I have been pen pals, and I looked it up. It's been 4 years. And I was going to say for quite some time, and then I found an email between he and I that went back 4 years. So while the whole project has taken a long time, and it has involved many people that have helped and donated in many different ways. And I'm honored tonight to turn it over to Lance Gunnarsson to give us a little history of the wheelbarrow. And his students were going to come tonight, but they were unable to come. So thank you very much, and this is such an exciting night.
My name's Lance Gunnarsson. I'm the woodshop teacher at El Dorado High School. And this has been one heck of a project, let me tell you. I did not know, and Kathy contacted me 4 years ago, which is surprising to me, that Studebaker was a figure here. So the first lesson that my students learned was history. And that was a really cool connection. And I showed them a video that was sent, and they learned all about that, which actually I was surprised to know many of my students already knew this. A few of them said, "Is that why we have wheelbarrow races at the fair?" I went, probably, yeah, that makes sense. So that connection was beautiful, and I loved it. I like doing things for the community. The students got a lot of value from this, and although it took a long time and there were many players who contributed, I would like to say these two students, if you can see on the screen here, were two of my main workforce here that got this thing finished and pushed it over the finish line. The one on the right is Cole, the one on the left is Gotti, and they're great champions. They'll be graduating this year too. They were scheduled to come today, but they just couldn't make it. They were a little ill this morning, and they didn't come to school, so it's too bad. But if you know Brian Vierkamp, he happens to be a little bit of a expert, he claims, in the Studebaker wheelbarrow field. I did not know that either. And he almost got this because he didn't want to give it away. He wanted me to give it to him, actually. But he did say, it's a true story, he wants me to build him one now. He did say he's seen a lot of replicas over the years, and ours is probably the best he's ever seen. So I'm proud of that, and I'm going to take his word on that. We did take measurements from the museum, the one that they actually have, that we know was actually Studebaker's, because he came by and said, yeah, that was one of mine way back in the day. And the only thing it doesn't have is the sides, so we had to think about, well, it would have had sides, wouldn't it? And working with Goldbug Park, who did almost all of the ironwork, we figured out that there was that bracket in the back, you can see where the board goes into it that would have held the sides, but there was no bracket in the front. How would that? Well, it would have gone through where the bracing is on the front brace, and that's how it would have been held. And when we figured that out, we went, brilliant, we're going to put sides on it. So we did. Kathy asked me about a donation we had of wood that we got actually from the city parks. We've made a lot of things out of that. But for this project, I didn't want to use that. I wanted to find something that would have been more appropriate, because that was redwood. Not likely would have been made out of redwood. It's a little soft. And oak would have been the perfect choice. This came from a tree that was downed near Diamond Springs. And it sat for a year to dry. So there's literally a lot of different kinds of technology went into this, and a lot of patience. So that's local oak from a local tree. Most of the, as I said, ironwork was done at Goldbug Park, and I thank them for that. And some of the wheel stuff was done actually at Marshall Gold Blacksmiths too. So lots of contributors contributors, and we had fun and we learned a lot. And for every step forward, it seemed like there was a step back and we had to solve a problem. But that's what woodworking is about, and that's what thinking is about. So I thank Kathy very much for offering us this project. My students learned a great deal, and I hope you enjoy it for years to come. Thank you.
I have a question of the teacher. Okay, Mr. Gunderson, thank you very much. This is brilliant. Those guys are great. Program is fantastic. Lots going on up there. I have a question, though. You mentioned the redwood.
Yes,
Did that come from the...
yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Okay. I had somebody ask me about that not too long ago because, of course, they were not happy. They think we're stupid. Because, you know that, like that redwood they gave, nothing ever happened with that.
Oh, yeah, we built a couple of park benches. that
Yeah,
went out
thank
and
you
some
very much.
signs.
Thank you.
We still have some, so if you've got another project.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's something we could ask for, but I just want to, now that's great because the redwood was you put to use, and that was the most important part. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Buy this wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
And the city manager.
All right. Are there any other questions or comments from the council?
Oh, I just want to express my gratitude. So great to see you guys coming together to teach our youth and rebuilding these things. And, you know, anyone who's really worked on a project in town, you know how long it takes to actually get anything done. And so just admire your perseverance and appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Would any member of the public like to comment on item 6.1 or 6.2?
That is the most beautiful wheelbarrow I have ever seen. That's just going to be amazing. And I hope it weathers well and everybody enjoys it.
All right.
In case it, honey.
All right, we will move on now to our consent. Oh, yep, sorry, I missed.
Good evening. I wasn't going to say anything, but Kathy said I had to. She just wanted you to know, we're going to install this on the corner of Bedford and Main Street in the Monument Garden, and we're going to chain it down to concrete so that it can't roll off to somebody else's place. And also we have locks on it. We're going to be able to unlock it and then oil it down and maintain it so it'll have longer life living outside.
Great, thank you. All right, so we will go ahead and move on now to our consent calendar. Would any member of the council like to pull any items from consent? I see none. Would any member of the public like to comment on our consent calendar?
Really?
Sue Rodman, resident of Placerville. And there's 3 items on the consent calendar that I would like to comment on, 7.5, 7.6, and 7.7. 7.5 is an amazing, we should be grateful that we have the kind of engineering and support at the wastewater treatment plant that they can look at the projects and say, you know, we don't need to do this one right now. We can wait a few years, it's still in good shape, and save that money so that it can be used. And then that they're ready to do plans, specifications, and contract documents for the Giovanni sewer line and the storm drain replacement project on Upper Broadway. You know, they've made great progress, and I think we should be more than grateful. We should be thankful we have these great people working in our city.
All right.
I agree.
All right, and we'll bring it back up to the council for a motion.
I'll move consent.
I'll second.
All right, I have a first and a second. Could I get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Carter?
Aye.
Councilmember Clarici?
Aye.
Councilmember Yarbrough,
Aye.
Vice Mayor No,
Aye.
Mayor Gottberg.
Aye. All right. We are going to move on now to public comments, non-agenda items. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons wishing to address the council on any matter that is not on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city council. Would any member of the public like to comment on items not on our agenda? You'll be limited to 3 minutes.
I just wanted to let everybody know that the League of Women Voters is holding a forum for District 4 Supervisor on Thursday night down at the Gold Trail Grange in Coloma. And that's for District 4. And then on May 7th, the League is going to be holding a forum here in Town Hall at 6 o'clock, which the one in Coloma is also at 6. And that one is for the taxpayer, tax collector, treasurer, and that'll be on May 7th at 6 o'clock here.
Great, thank you. Would anybody else like to comment on non-agenda items?
Supervisor Bierkamp may want, were you going to talk about the wheelbarrow, Brian? Right out the door and into your car, yes, okay.
Yeah, you can talk now if you'd like.
Apologize, but I just want to, obviously you already acknowledged him, but I want to acknowledge Lance and his detail on that. That is real close to the real thing, and the students that did the work need to be obviously accommodated. I got my order in for one as well. I just can't get away from them, but that's awesome, and I know it's going to be proudly displayed, I believe, right down the street. Yeah, so just great job, Lance, and I think he's going to retire here pretty soon, but I think that knowing a high school district contract I have, they're going to try to keep him around. But he's just a great guy, great pillar in the community as well. So Lance, thank you so much for the efforts. Yep. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, go for it. Any other members of the public like to talk about non-agenda items? We're on item number 8. All right, I'm going to say I see none, and we're going to move on. Is there any written communications, item 8.2?
No, Madam Mayor.
All right. We had no items pulled from the consent calendar, and we have no ordinances tonight, so we're going to move on to item number 11, public hearings. 11.1, consider approving the summer 2026 program schedule as shown in attachment B and new participant fees as shown in attachment A for the Aquatic Center effective June 27th, 2026. Mr. Nishihara.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. As you know, this is kind of our standard procedure in regards to taking a look at our programs and our services. I won't tread too much on the subject, and I will swimmingly go through it as quickly as possible. We do have an extension. Instead of normally 9 weeks, we're doing 10 weeks of summer, 10 weeks of swim lessons this summer. The normal adjustments basically offset the cost of expenditures for some staffing and overall basic stuff. But there are a few things and a few regular things that we're doing, like normal deep water aerobics, aqua walking, cardio water walking, and our infamous pool potty, in where we will blow the roof off of the place this summer. With that said, I'm available for questions if you have any. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions from the council? All right.
I don't have any questions. I read it really thoroughly, and I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you keeping the regular swim lessons affordable. We live in a county with so many lakes and rivers and streams that I think it's one of the most important things that we do is teach kids to swim. So thanks.
All right, I will open it up to public comment. Would any member of the public like to comment on item 11.1? It's I'm opening the public hearing. All right, I see none, so we're going to close the public hearing and bring it back up to the council.
I will move item 11.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a first and a second. Could I get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Carter.
Aye.
Councilmember Clarici.
Aye.
Councilmember Yarbrough.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Mayor Gottberg.
Aye. All All right, we're going to move on to item number 12, discussion action items. 12.1, consider approving a budget appropriation of $900,000 for the Thompson Way repaving project budget appropriations totaling $135,000 for the Sheridan Street paving project, a budget appropriation of $210,000 for the Sherman Street repaving project, an agreement for materials testing services with Youngdale Consulting Group, Inc., approving task order 8 for the construction inspection services with Dewberry Engineers, Inc., approving a construction contract with Doug Veerkamp General Engineering, Inc., and authorizing the city manager to conduct a change order authority of up to $25,000 per change order. Ms. Savage.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. The Thompson Way, Sheridan Street, and Sherman Street projects include pavement rehabilitation, the repair and replacement of city sewer mains, water system maintenance and improvements, and storm drain system repair and replacement. Last year, staff made the decision to phase the construction to avoid major construction impacts to Sierra Elementary School during the regular school year. Phase 1 of the project, the underground utility work, was completed in the summer of 2025. Tonight, we are here to discuss the construction of Phase 2 of the project, the pavement rehab. The engineering department began advertising on March 13th. A public bid opening was held at City Hall on April 9th, and 4 bids were received as listed in order of their bid amount. Number 1 was Doug Veerkamp General Engineering at $799,533.60. Number 2 is Martin General Engineering at $865,527.24. Central Valley Engineering and Asphalt at $1,039,203.47, and Martin Brothers Construction at $1,096,604.52. We were really excited to get 4 bids. That's something we haven't seen in a long time. After performing a comprehensive bid analysis, staff is recommending the approval of a construction contract to the lowest responsive bidder, Doug Veerkamp General Engineering. Staff is also respectfully requesting approval of the budget appropriations totaling $900,000 for the Thompson Way project, $135,000 for the Sheridan Street project, and $210,000 for the Sherman Street project. Staff is also recommending approval of an agreement for engineering services with Youngdale Consulting Group to perform materials testing, approval of a task order with Dewberry Engineers to provide inspection support, and the engineering department plans to perform the majority of construction management services in-house with the support of Dewberry doing the inspections. The engineering department is very excited to award this contract and get to work. We'd like to deliver a nice, smooth road by the start of the new school year in August. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from the council? All right, I see none. I will open this item up for public comment. Any member of the public like to comment on 12.1?
I think this is a much needed and a great project to do. Sue Rodman, President of Placerville and member of the Measure H, Measure L committee. And Measure H, Measure L committee definitely supported this project to go through, and especially this phasing to avoid impacts to the school during the school year. So I think it's a great thing for Placerville to have the streets around the school finally in decent shape.
All right, are there any other public comments? All right, I see none. I'll bring it back up to the council for a motion.
I'll move staff recommendation.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a first and a second. Could I get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Carter?
Aye.
Councilmember Clarici?
Aye.
Councilmember Yarborough?
Aye.
Vice Mayor No?
Aye.
Mayor Gottberg?
Aye. All right, we're going to move on now to council reports from other agency meetings. El Dorado County Transit Authority,
We meet next week.
El Dorado County Transportation Commission,
We'll meet next week.
LAFCO,
We did not meet.
SACOG,
We had a meeting about a week and a half ago, and they passed their overall work program and budget, which is like what we do at the Transportation Commission here locally. A lot of things in there. The most interesting discussion probably, and will have ramifications for the next year, is they did the final disposition of something called SB 125 transit program funds. and they gave almost all of it, $51 million to RT. And the problem is they don't have any more money, and next year they'll have the same thing going on. RT says that they figured out a way to deal with this. My guess is they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, in which case then they're going to come crashing and burning. I actually suggested last year that they start to meter this money up, but they said no. This is happening all over the state, by the way. I don't want to pinpoint RT, but they're going to have some big problems, which may end up impacting our ability when we negotiate the joint. It's a memorandum of understanding regarding transit operations, because even though RT is basically everything down in the valley down there, we articulate with them and have agreements with them through El Dorado County Transit. It'll be an interesting time next year. Stay tuned. Otherwise, that was it.
All right. Pioneer.
We did not meet.
Placerville Cyber Case Council. We did not meet, but please come to the May 2nd event at the Midtown Mall. Opportunity Knox.
Did not meet.
All right. Would anybody like to comment on our meetings, item 13?
No. Okay.
The Placerville Fire Safe Council's big event is up at not at Town Hall, it's up at the Midtown Mall. It's from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
I don't think so, but.
And it should be really interesting for people to understand what they can do as individuals to be prepared for wildfire and to protect their own home and property. So please come.
All right. Item number 14, requests for future agenda items. Would anybody like to request a future agenda item? All right, I see none. 15, city manager and staff report. 15.1, receive and file the March 2026 police report. Stats, Chief Wren.
Good evening, Mayor. Nothing really sticking out. We did have response times increase a little bit, but we're still at that 5-minute mark is our target mark. We always want below that, but that's kind of a direct result of we have 3 officers currently on baby leave, so we're happy for them, and we're looking forward to them getting back soon. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the council? All right. Item 15.2, receive and file the March 2026 Fire Station 25 run report.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Station 25 was about average month, total of 271 calls for Engine 25 and 309 calls for Medic 25. We're closely monitoring these as we anticipate the start of an additional ambulance that'll actually be on the Diamond Springs Placerville border June 1st, and so we're hoping to see some of these call volumes for Medic 25.
All right.
In my report if there's any questions.
Thanks. Are there any questions from the council? All right. Item number 15.3.
Wait a second. I think we should make one comment. He's there by himself tonight.
Yeah.
Welcome. Happy to have you.
Apparently, the training wheels are off. He was they let him come here all by himself. Wow. Yes, that's true. A lot of eyes. Anyway, congratulations.
All right. 15.3, development services, monthly statistics for the month of March 2026.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. Carol Kendrick, Development Services Director, presenting the monthly activity statistics for March 2026. Some of the key highlights are we issued 24 building permits and completed 32. Completions significantly outpaced new issuances, resulting in a net reduction of 8 in our active workload. The department generated $15,482 in building permit fees during the month. And for code enforcement, we had 19 new requests for investigation with 15 active cases currently being managed. And we had 3 new applications that were submitted to planning, indicating continued interest in both commercial and residential development. That concludes my report. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions on item 15.3? Would any member of the public like to comment on item number 15, city manager and staff reports? All right, I see none. Item 16, upcoming items. Folks can read those at your leisure. And we are now going to retire back into closed session. So would any member of the public like to comment on our closed session item 1?
I think we should also make, thank you, if there's nobody. We have a budget workshop Thursday at 5, 6? 5 o'clock. If you want to know how the city runs, come to the budget workshop and you'll find out how that sausage is made. Lots of people have lots of opinions about how the city is run. They should come to a budget workshop to find out how it actually is run, and they'll find out what we have to deal with. And I encourage folks to come and watch us make budget sausage. Thank you.
All right. If there's no comments on closed session, we will be retiring at this time.
Budget sausage.